2K TV, Candace Parker. I am fangirling out right now. I'm like, oh, it's just an honor to be in your presence.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. So what's it like being in 2K? Like, this is a historic moment for WNBA. This is awesome.
No, I think that this is great. You know, the first person I called was my nephew. He's like the biggest 2K fan, and his response was like, what's your rating gonna be?
Rating?
And I was like, okay, well.
Let's meet your New York Knicks starting lineup. At small forward, standing 6'8", number 20, Kevin Knox. At the point guard position, at 6'3", number 5. At the other guard position, at 6'6", number 9, RJ Barrett. At center, 7 feet, number 23, Mitchell Robinson. The other forward position, standing 6'8", number 30, Julius Randle. The head coach for your home team is David Finsdale. Ladies and gentlemen, your New York Knicks.
Welcome everybody to the day we've all been looking forward to. The start of a new NBA season on 2K Sports. Chris Webber's joining us at the broadcast table alongside Greg Anthony and David Aldridge on the sideline. This is Kevin Harlan. Hey, Dave.
Well, the maturity and poise of a young Jason Tatum has often been talked about. Maybe that's because his parents prepared him for the NBA from an early age in St. Louis. They had pretend press conferences using a hairbrush as the microphone. As you can say, he's been groomed for this, and it's paying off. Guys?
Yeah, they dotted every I and crossed every T. David, thank you. Here's a chance now to check out the New York Knicks' upcoming schedule. On Monday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. Then on Friday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And now the opening lineup for Boston. Walker and Brown, they're manning the backcourt. Tatum and Cantor together down low. And it's Hayward in at the 3 spot. And for New York, Barrett and Knox are the wingmen. It's Randle and Robinson at the 4 and the 5. And it's Smith in at the point guard position. And a trying summer for the New York Knicks fans after trading away Porzingis. They were hoping to get a big-name player in free agency, Greg, and they didn't.
You know, shocking they refused to offer the max to Kevin Durant. I mean, there were concerns with the Achilles, but instead he ends up in Brooklyn. Combine that with fans' disappointment at missing out on Zion Williamson, and the saga continues.
Wow, I am more impressed by Tatum every time I watch him. That's a veteran.
Now Smith. And the pass to Knox. Back to Smith. 6 to shoot. Over Walker. They get it back. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Baseline try, and he knocks down the jumper.
Walker's a blur in transition, end to end in the blink of an eye.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Knicks. 4-point game. Puts up a 3. The shot, no good. And it's Boston the other way. Here's Hayward. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup.
You have to love Hayward's approach inside, doing damage against good defense.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Barrett, wide open, he fires. No good with the triple. The Celtics have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for to start off this game.
They've come out the locker room. His eye. 4 for 4 to start the night.
New York's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Pass to Knox. And again, it's the Knicks missing.
Not how you want to start the game. 4 straight misses. I'd like to see some better ball movement.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here. Opening day, Chris, in your experience, which types of teams tend to start the season well, started strong?
2 types. One, the team that has been forgotten about and left out. The team that had a disappointing season the year before and no one knows the pain that they went through all summer long, waiting to get back to that moment. So they've been incentivized for half of a year to come back and say, wait a minute, it's our turn now. And those teams are sneaky under the radar.
Little chip on their shoulder.
Yeah. And then secondly, I would say veteran teams. Teams that know what they want, teams that are focused and saying, wait a minute, we know this is a marathon. Let's take our time, warm up, and stick to the principles right away, and we'll end up in the right place later.
I know that they testing us. I'm in my bag, no longer checking the tags. Remember the days I wanted this bad. Now look where I'm at, I cannot be mad. In the game and I need the dash. Just know that the bag can live in the past. I know that you sad, go get you a bag. All of this money is making you mad.
The Knicks have gone 0-4, missing their first 4 field goals. Some nice passing by New York here, and that one drops for him.
Making plays in traffic. This is where Barrett's most effective.
Here's Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Brown's got his second basket of the game.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
Kept alive. Robinson. The layup missed. For Boston, they've gone a perfect 6 for 6 in the game up to this point. And it's good for 2. 6 points for Gordon Hayward.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
To the middle, here's Knox. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
Willing to work the ball to his open teammate, Smith Jr. This is what leaders do best.
And here's Walker outside. It's rebounded by New York. And here in the first, about 3 minutes in, Smith wide open. He fires. And the 3 ball is good.
And so assured. You can't give an inch of breathing room to Smith Jr. That's when he strikes.
Boston leading by 7. From deep, Walker. That's it. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
And off to a strong start offensively. He's got a nice touch.
Here's Knox. Ended by Hayward. There's the double team with Walker. Barrett the pass to Smith. Let's go. Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. Smith's got 5.
And you see the passing instincts Barrett has. Great at recognition out on the floor.
Here's Smith. He's got 5. In the corner, Barrett with it. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
The defense has done a good job of forcing him to do tough shots this quarter.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, Greg, they've come out of the gate strong at both ends of the floor. Just in total control so far.
Here's Knox. Smith outside. Here's the 3. Sinks the 3-pointer. Smith's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Oh, he's got to roll in this quarter. Takes it on himself to guide their offense.
A nice shot by Tatum.
Has a great feel for where defenders are on the court. Tatum navigates himself nicely.
Down low, here's Randall. It's good, the assist that time from Smith.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And there's the bucket from Tatum.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Knicks trail by 9. Smith outside. Shoots off the step back. And again, it's New York.
And I like seeing that Smith Jr. has a strong sense for when to shoot the mid-range.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Guys, you talk about players coming in and with a huge impact. Jason Tatum showed he was more than ready to be an NBA star.
Rare do you see a player as polished and as impactful as Tatum. Stepped right in to be one of the top players on a top team with Boston. Fits their system perfectly, and really the sky is the limit for that young man.
And that one falls for Tatum. And the Celtics rebounding well this summer. From the loss of Kyrie Irving and Al Horford, Kemba Walker possibly a better fit for this team.
And with their young core, understandable that they didn't want to extend Horford out to age 37. A revamped roster, but I think they remain a contender in the East.
And so Tatum nails them both. And after an incredible rookie season, Jason Tatum back to earth just a bit, Chris, in year 2.
Oh, yeah, and all that talent. Tatum getting to the line 6 times a game. That's how you put pressure on the defense.
And it's Robinson with the jam.
And when Smith Jr. is dishing the ball, it makes everything easier, making a stronger effort to find his guys.
And you spend any amount of time watching Dennis Smith Jr., Greg, his leaping ability makes for some impressive highlights.
He's got the size and the off-the-charts athleticism. Now just trying to figure out how to realize his obvious potential.
First free throw is good.
And, of course, the Celtics traded back from number 1 to number 3 to draft Tatum in terms of readiness and absolute steal.
Bobby Portis is checked in for Robinson. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And the free agency fate of Kyrie Irving hung over the Celtics last season. Now that he's gone, how do they weather his departure?
Well, yeah, great question. I think that the uncertainty was a drain on all of them. I mean, Kyrie's obviously an elite talent. I still think they have what it takes, though, to get it done.
No one near Randall as he lets it go. And again, New York with the triple.
Great recognition from Randall. Seeing an opportunity to rise and fire and make use of it.
Here's Brown. It's rebounded by New York.
Golden opportunity that he can't make good on. Maybe a wake-up call to the D, though. They can't leave him alone like that.
Now, here's Barrett. Randall outside. Shot clock at 6. That shot off. Now Boston takes it the other way. And pushing it up, here's Boston. Here's Hayward. That's his 4th basket of the game, and he's only taken 4 shots. Off to a good start.
Even though he's on the move and takes some contact, Hayward keeps his balance and gets it down.
Here's Knox. Here's Barrett. And the 3 off target.
If his performance this quarter is any indication, I don't think he's the one who's going to let them out of the hole.
And the shot is good.
3 for 4 to start. I mean, he's going to try to keep this streak going as long as he can.
Wide open. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him.
Knicks trap.
Barrett's got his 2nd bucket of the night.
31.
Here's Tatum. It's rebounded by Portis.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoiding fouling and gotten the perfect position to alter the shot. Taking things into his own hands. He's been a beast.
31.
Now a timeout called by Boston.
Timeout called.
In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Gibson's checked in for Julius Randle. Marcus Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And it's Reggie Bullock in for Barrett. And a new group in for the Celtics. Williams is checked in for Enes Kanter. Williams comes in for Jason Tatum. Ojale is checked in for Gordon Hayward. And Marcus Smart is subbed in for Brown. Well, he might not have been the top name in free agency this summer, but Kemba Walker's name was certainly on the radar of many teams.
You're right, Kevin, and in a lot of years, Kemba would have been one of the names to get in free agency. But with the amount of top all-stars that were available this summer, I feel like Kemba maybe didn't get all the attention that his game deserved.
That one falls for Walker.
Well, after his incredible 60-point game last year, every team should be scared of Mr. Kemba Walker. Now, we all know he can take over the game and put on an absolute show when his shot is falling.
Kemba Walker hits them both. And Chris, with Walker, you saw it in that 60-point game he played. He can get to wherever he wants to on the floor.
Yeah, very slippery on offense and underrated as an elite ball handler. You have to love how crafty Walker is when he gets some space in the mid-range as well.
And the shot goes in.
I like Smart being aggressive right time, getting into the lane, using his power and speed to his advantage.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Trailing here by 8. And here's Bullock from the arc. And Boston with the rebound.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backcourt.
And it's blocked.
Gotta have more of this moving forward. Portis has the size needed to turn back shots.
And so here is New York. Smith scanning the floor. Pulls up on the elbow. No good off the back of the rim.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. That's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
Well, you think defensively that you try to pack in his lane, but then that opens up some opportunities for their shooters.
Tries it from 9.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
And there it is for him.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
Going for the juggler right off the bat. Jumping out to an impressive early lead.
Now here is Smith. 12 points for him. New York moving it around. And that one is off. So the Celtics will take it the other way. Baseline J on the way. Smart misses. Knicks trail by 12. Bullock kicks to Morris. Now here is Smith. Defense right on him. Morris with the bucket.
Oh, looking to connect with the open man, Portis. He got the right mentality out there.
39. Here's Williams. The shot's good on the assist by Walker.
Assist goes to
Walker's got 6 assists here tonight.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Robert Williams. That's his first foul. Trier, he's checked in for New York. Inside, here's Portis. No good on the shot. Williams with the defensive effort.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
Even with the D giving him a lot of attention, he's still finding ways to light him up.
New York shooting it well so far today, guys. They've connected on 48% of their shots. Trier, with nobody on him, he buries the jumper.
Well, I think he's looking around wondering where the D is. Nowhere near him, that's for sure.
And it's Walker penetrating, lays it up off the glass. Walker's got 13 points.
I don't know what's happening defensively, but they're not putting up any resistance.
And Kemba Walker is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Knicks making a change here. Ellington's checked in.
Ellington.
Boston on D. They lead by 14. Trier. Rebound by Williams. Here's the Celtics with the ball. They're on a 14-6 run. Shoots over Ellington. Williams can't get it to go. Here's Trier, guarded by Walker. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. The Knicks shooting their first free throws of the game.
Alonzo Trier. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. Celtics making a switch here. Tice is checked in. And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, and Brad Stevens, credited for the culture he's helped establish in Boston. But last season, though, that took a hit. Now we'll see how he responds to that adversity. It's going to be interesting to see.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
Chris, Coach Stevens was candid after last season. He said he could have done a better job finding that fit and holding a standard for the team.
Well, you like seeing that. If a coach has to hold his players accountable, then he must first hold himself accountable. And the front office was quick to dismiss that notion, but not so many fans. There's no panic in Stevens, though. I like that. He's a steady hand through it all.
And doing a good job getting to the line and capitalizing.
Now here's Ellington. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
35.
109 left in the first quarter. Celtics leading by 13. Here's Walker. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Walker's got 18 points.
And you couldn't ask for anything more in terms of efficiency here. 7 of 9 to start.
Passes it to Morris. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
And a breakthrough season for Marcus Morris in 2018 and 19. Career highs almost across the board.
And he's got his first free throw of the game. Free throw good for Morris.
While the shooting of Morris provides his team with is crucial, just a real valuable part of this team.
Langford's checked in for Shemi Ojeleye. And Morris drops them both.
His free throw shooting is something they never need to worry about. He doesn't even know how to go through a cold streak.
Down low. Now here's Langford. He's guarded by Bullock. Knicks trail by 13. 32 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Morris outside. New York, no good that time either. And it's Williams with the ball for the Celtics. Here's Langford. Good, and it's Williams who picks up the assist. And the Celtics lead by 15.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Bullock with it, pulls it from 20. That shot, no good.
He's not going to miss that shot twice in a row. Trust me.
Kemba Walker firing on all cylinders for Boston. He was a true standout at the offensive end, both with his scoring and his passing. We come back right after this. Gordon Hayward reunited with his college coach Brad Stevens. He said they go way back.
Our relationship started when I was in high school. He came to my morning workouts and really recruited me at Butler and was kind of the first guy that I think believed in me that I could make it to the next level.
And I'm sure, Greg, that relationship played a big role in Hayward deciding to join the Boston Celtics.
And not just a connection, but a respect. Hayward now a veteran in this league, while Stevens has moved into the conversation for one of the better young coaches in our league.
And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in a second. And for the Celtics here, they're good putting on a show, guys.
They came in on a mission, razor-sharp offense in that first period.
Yeah, and now they got to find a way to keep it going, keep growing that lead.
On the court for the Celtics, we've got Langford. Williams is out there with Daniel Tice. Then there's Smart, and it's Tatum in at the small forward. Here's Trier. There's the triple. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds now in the game.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, 3 consecutive field goals have come right at the rim. The D had better start buckling now.
Out to the right wing. Trier from long range. Buries the long-range jumper. Trier's got 7 points.
But the D didn't do a good enough job on him. He can be an ace when he gets a good look at 3.
The 3 from Tatum. It's rebounded by New York. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Ellington finds Morris. And here's Bullock. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 4 on the clock. Trier from long range. Rebound Boston. Williams has got 7 rebounds in the game. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season we thought the Knicks' cornerstone player was Kristaps Porzingis. But the player and the team fell out of love with each other. The Knicks traded him to Dallas. The draft picks and cap space freed them up for a wild summer, led by the drafting of rookie R.J. Barrett in the draft. Now New York has one of the more drastically revamped rosters in the league. Kevin, there's a lot to be excited about going forward in the Big Apple.
Big moves indeed, David. Thank you. So it's the Knicks now, after the basket by Boston. Back to Trier. New York moving the ball around.
Nice pass. Putting in work on the interior. Gotta love it.
44-61.
Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Count it. Chris, you have been passionate about honoring those who blazed the trail for today's NBA, like the Globetrotters and the Wrens, in the days before integration.
Yeah. I mean, you think about what they've gone through off the court and on the court, and anyone, regardless of color, nationality, just paving the way for me as a basketball player. I want to say thank you. Let's just think about what Red Auerbach did. Drafting the first African-American player, making the first African-American player coach in Bill Russell, who won the championship that year, and leaving him a good team. And if you look at organizations like the Black Fives, who bringing awareness to the games, and you just want to understand your legacy culturally, and that's why I have to, every time I see Mr. Bill Russell, Big O, or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I give them a big hug and a wet kiss on the cheek, because I just thank them for not only advancing the movement in sports, but culturally. Sports has always sent a message to the culture and society about how cool teammates work together and how you can overcome a problem by working together. And so I really thank them for enduring all of the hardships that they did so that we can reap the benefits. So it's been awesome to be part of the league and be able to shake hands with those that have blazed trails for us.
That is so admirable on your part. Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Mitchell Robinson's checked in for Gibson. Randall comes in for Morris. Knox, he's checked in for Reggie Bullock. And Barrett subbed in for Alonzo Trier.
Nice assist. Randall keeping his eyes up, playing unselfish basketball.
Here's Langford. Knicks with the rebound.
You hate to let those easy chances slip through your fingers.
Knox the pass to Barrett. 2 points. That one goes.
2 points.
Barrett's got 6.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Tatum, good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 4th assist in this one.
Marcus
And
Smart.
you love the different ways that Tatum can score. Posting up, facing up, putting the ball on the floor. He's having a great night.
Now, here is Robinson. Pass to Knox. Shoots over Brown. Rebound, Boston. Williams has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Here's Langford, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
He's not playing around. I mean, he hit the ground running the first quarter, and he's only turned it up in the second.
And Smart over to help. 3-pointer. Randall no good. Celtics leading by 19 points. Smart wide open, he fired.
Marcus
And
Smart.
there are the Celtics with another basket.
Assist
And
from
really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
New York's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them.
Celtics
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That is his first foul of the game. Smith checked in for Wayne Ellington.
Checking in for your Knicks, Dennis Smith.
Barrett the pass to Knox. The feed to Smith. Hits the target from 18 feet. He's got 14.
Oh, the timing couldn't have been better on that assist.
69.
Here's Langford. And Langford with the stuff.
Oh, nice look there from Smart, finding the open man.
So it's the Knicks now. And there's the pass to Randall. And it's out of bounds. The Celtics will take it the other way.
And checking out the numbers for Julius Randle. Last season, he played outstanding. He was around 21 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. To have a scorer like him consistently deliver you points makes such a big difference for a team.
Yeah, it gives you something you really can rely on going into every game. And you can also work off of him to look to create for others.
Here's Barrett. Offensive rebound. And it's denied.
And looking engaged defensively, Langford showing he has what it takes to be a shot blocker. And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Randall outside. Pass to Knox. It's good. The assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 6th assist on the night.
That's a tough bucket. I mean, the D was right up on him as tight as possible. But you're not going to stop this guy from getting to the cup.
Well, few players in the NBA are as scary as Dennis Smith Jr. when he has speed towards the rim.
Smith just attacks with a ferociousness when he puts the ball on the floor. Can leap out of the building and strong enough to dunk over and through just about any player. Still developing the rest of his game, but you like his aggression when going to the hoop.
And the foul on Marcus Smart. That's foul number 2 for him. Some changes for Boston. Cantor comes in for Williams. And Gordon Hayward's is subbed in for Smart.
Gordon Hayward.
Knicks trail by 19. Now Smith. He's got 14. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. No good. The Knicks go the other way with it. Here's Barrett. Oh, and the jam by Barrett.
This guy is a fantastic athlete. Barrett looking like a man on a mission with that slam.
Here's Langford. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Langford's got 13. New York's gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. One-on-one fast break. And he lays it straight in. And the Celtics lead by 21.
He's pulling out all the tricks this quarter. They can't figure out how to stop him.
Now, here's Barrett. D right on him. He kicks it to Smith. Pass to Barrett. Randall right side. over Tatum. Randall no good. Boston leading by 21. And the bucket is good. 3-point play chance here for him.
Oh my goodness, this is the toughness that Brown exudes on a nightly basis. He's skilled at staying in control in difficult spots. Out of Wheeler High School in Georgia, Jaylen Brown was ranked second in the class of 2015 after Ben Simmons. All the powerhouses came calling. He went the unexpected route, choosing UC Berkeley.
And Cal Berkeley, not the biggest basketball program in the country. So, Chris, what led Brown to go there?
Well, former NBA All-Star Sharif Abdul-Rahim, another Wheeler High alum, took the same path. Look, Kevin, both of them welcomed the intellectual challenge. Now, Sharif, not only could he hoop, but now he's the president of the G League. And Jaylen Brown, he's the vice president of the Players Union. They get burned this time. That's a shot they're willing to give up.
Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Without question. They're giving up too many high percentage looks, a trend that they'd like to reverse.
Dice que no le es suficiente, está mal de la mente. Cuando está solita que entre, música para ponerla en ambiente. Ella quiere que más que ella venga, que busque todo. Lo que se pone bonito se le ve. Empezamos a pie y ahora andamos en el jet. Vamos a calentar, baby, tú. No se quiere olvidar, no quiere recordar, baby. Can't get enough.
Kemba Walker is checked in for the Celtics.
And we get a chance to check out the numbers for Kemba Walker. Coming off a terrific season, 10th in scoring, and he also finished in the top 20 of the assist rankings, making plays for others and making his teammates better.
And back to his points per game average last year, he literally propped up the team's offense whenever they needed it. Barrett. And no good, the dry spell continuing for him.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
Starting to take over here, building a big lead that could ultimately prove insurmountable.
Smith, no luck.
He's cooled down a little bit after draining those 2 3-pointers in the first quarter.
And Hayward gets it to go.
And when you get this kind of shooting from him, 100% from the field, they're going to be tough to beat.
Smith against Walker. Floats one up. Randall. And Cantor pulls it down. Cantor's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Williams. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
What I love about Randall is the power he plays with. He's an absolute force inside.
Now, here's Cantor. No points in the game yet for him. Walker against Smith. The 11-footer. And that one goes long. And it's Williams with the ball for Boston. Following this one, they get to host the Hornets. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
He's putting the hammer down. Dominant quarter for him, trying to push out that lead.
New York's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Randall. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And a breakout season for Julius Randle.
in 2018-19. Averaged close to 20 and 10, delivering on the talent that saw him taken 7th overall back in 2014.
And he can't get the first one. Greg, the Lakers allowed Julius Randle to leave in restricted free agency in 2018 so they could preserve some of their cap space.
I mean, his defense still lags behind, but offensively, boy, he is special. The lefty, tough to deal with inside.
Looking at who's out there now for the Knicks. Marcus Morris comes in for Kevin Knox. And Alonzo Trier's subbed in for Barrett.
And we've seen Randall flourish with more responsibility. He's in his prime and playing his best ball right now.
Here's Hayward. It's rebounded by Portis. Knicks shooting the ball at a 43% rate here in the second. Morris outside. There's 1:54 left in the first half.
It was a tough first quarter for him, but it's been a different story here in the second.
Here's Walker. The quick look, no good that time. New York shooting at 46%, making some buckets. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. Just, you know, a little something about that power forward position. Who do you think will be the best at that position in, let's say, 3-5 years from now?
Wow, it may be who's the best at that position now will continue to be, and that's Anthony Davis. He can do it all. He was a point guard in high school, and what that gave him was ball handling skills, lateral quickness, and a mentality of a small guy. And we all want that as big fellas, that mentality, because you have the height. You just need to believe that you could do it on all ends of the floor, and he can do it defensively, offensively. He can coach. He could be your trainer as well, get guys healthy. I think AD could do it all.
Good explanation. And the Knicks making a change here. Gibson's checked in. And then for Boston, Daniel Tice comes in for Enes Kanter. And it's Ojale in for Langford. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there. Hayward goes in. Count that one as his 7th make in 8 attempts. A scorching 88%.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
Oh, you have to appreciate the ball movement and the commitment to getting a high percentage look.
Here's Boston now. 93. They're on a 20-7 run. And Tice gets it to go. Tice has got his second bucket. New York's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Here's Trier, defended by Hayward. Smith against Williams. 6 on the shot clock. Nice shot by Portis.
A high percentage shooter from these spots. Portis has tons of confidence in his inside scoring ability.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation. Wayne Ellington's checked in for New York. The Celtics also with a sub. Marcus Smart's checked in for Gordon Hayward. Here's Morris. And the Knicks miss again. Boston's gone 3 of 5 from beyond the arc so far tonight. Here's Smart. The basket is good. That's his 6th attempt and his 3rd make.
Just too physical. Smart, shedding the defense and finishing strong.
The Knicks shooting 48% on their attempts here in quarter number 2. And there's Morris. That's good on the assist by Ellington. And that's now 10 points for Marcus Morris.
And they've had assists now in their last 3 baskets.
2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Shot's good by Walker. Walker's got 20 points.
And then Walker gets it going. He's tenacious. Feels like he could take on anyone.
3-pointer Ellington. And he's good on the 3-ball.
Knicks losing.
And it's out of bounds. The Knicks will take it the other way.
Out of bounds. New York ball.
Wide open look. Unable to get that one.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, it's just predictable.
And so it's the Boston Celtics, having no problems at all. Up 29 points heading into the next quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Coach, you're in a good position here at the break. What do you tell your team to make sure they don't let up?
Well, I don't think it's about letting up or playing better. It's just playing the right way. We just have to play good basketball. And we talked about it before the game. That's our goal going into the game. That doesn't change no matter what the score is. So that'll be the discussion at halftime.
Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you.
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow. Right here on 2K Sports.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kemba Walker was the story in the first quarter. He had 20 points, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Terrific performance so far by Kemba Walker. Tremendous team leader who's become a star in this league. He could be your catalyst offensively, and he makes big shots.
And Shaq, what are your thoughts on New York?
Way too soft in the paint defensively. They were all late on their rotations. Obviously, that's a recipe for getting cooked. And you know, I like eating that barbecue chicken. They got to do better, Ernie.
And that's all we have for now. Tell the folks goodbye, Shaq. Tell the folks goodbye,
Goodbye.
Kenny. Goodbye. Go to Kevin Harlan.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. What a game we're seeing from Kemba Walker.
And the way that he has helped out with the ball movement has been a difference maker early on.
Yeah, Greg, and that's somewhat of a surprise. I mean, he's been really patient and unselfish.
And so it's Smith with it. He'll bring it up for the New York Knicks. Knox and Randall, they're the forwards. Smith is out there with Barrett. And it's Robinson in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And that's the group for David Fizdale as we begin the second half.
The big body of Randall using those broad shoulders to protect the ball in traffic.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're pouring it on right here, trying to give the opposition no light at the end of the tunnel.
Here's Knox. Shot clock at 6. Poked away, and the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
That's a jump ball.
So it's Boston now. The Knicks shooting 49% on the game. They'll take that.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And finished off by Brown.
You gotta love how Brown finishes strong, driving fast and hard to the cup for the rim rocking Shazam.
And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Walker against Smith. Shoots over Walker. That one, no good. Now the Celtics take it the other way.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Here's Smith. That will fall for his 7th bucket, 7 for 15 in this game.
Nice and steady so far in the second half. They're 3 for 4.
Brown. That falls. Nice feed that time from Walker. Brown's got 4 points in the quarter.
With great physical and athletic tools, Brown's adept at pushing past contact.
To the inside. And Barrett slams it in.
And I love the fact that he didn't have to slow down or adjust there. The pass was just timed perfectly.
For Boston, they've gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Here's Brown, and it's Boston with another.
Well, that makes him 4 for 5. I mean, I think that's pretty good numbers. I mean, they've got to be pleased with how things are playing off so far.
And for Jaylen Brown, part of the challenge last season, especially with the return of Gordon Hayward, was meeting the high expectations, Greg, in a reduced role.
Competition for minutes, and then early on, he struggled. We all see the potential, but it's really about seizing the moment every time you're on the court.
Now, you can't tell me Walker is not one of the most fearless penetrators in the league. The D sometimes has no chance but to foul him hard.
And he makes the first. Well, there's the talk about lowering the minimum draft age from 19 back to 18. And, Chris, how much of a difference does that 1 year make in a player's maturity?
It makes so much difference. I mean, you're young. You're coming into a league. You're playing against grown men. Just physically, your body hasn't been able to catch up. How do you handle the travel, being away from your family? Many times this guy's first time being away from their families that long. So it is a maturity process. But at the same time, there's only such a few. And if you're one of the few that have the skill set and you're ready to come to this level, we should welcome you with open arms.
Now, here is Robinson. Smith for 3. Good, and the assist goes to Robinson. Smith's got 19 points.
I mean, logs his first 3 of the second half. After nailing 2 in the first, they don't want to let this fella get going.
And I've been impressed with the unselfishness, but also getting guys the ball where they can do something with it.
Yeah, he's just not giving the ball up. He's passing with a purpose, and this lead the scores.
Drains it from beyond the arc.
And, well, like a lot of young players, Barrett's working hard to become proficient from range.
Brown outside. And the Celtics hit again from deep.
It's all clicked into place for him this quarter. He's not missed a single shot.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, before he became a head coach in Memphis and New York, David Fizdale spent 8 seasons as an assistant under Eric Spoelstra in Miami. Now, Spo said he's a brilliant basketball mind that has exceptional gold standard level communication skills. One of the most talented coaches I've been around. So, Kevin, Fizdale is highly respected.
David, he sure is. Great reputation. Now getting his shot. Thank you so much. Robinson. That one off the back iron and out.
Even when the D is playing off of him, the mid-range jumper shouldn't be the shot they're looking for. He does all the little things. I mean, he does the big things. I mean, he's got them in front with another outstanding performance.
Here's Knox. 6 points for him. New York moving it around. And another assist for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He's been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Count it, good.
Kemba Walker.
And it's now 23 points for Kemba Walker.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Goes up at the stripe. Offensive rebound. Boston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Tatum drives in. The Knicks pull it in. Barrett the pass to Knox. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. Knox has got 8 points.
Well, they'll take that, but they got to find a better shot than that on their next trip. Okay, listen, you got to body him up when he's in the paint. If you play off of him, then that's just 2 easy points.
Stolen by Cantor. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Brown's got the ball, and the shot goes down. Brown's got 15 points here in the second half.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And Barrett slams it in.
And you see the edge Barrett plays with, attacking the rim with bad intentions.
Kept alive, and Kanter throws it down.
And when he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does, and the defense has to be aware of this. When you don't put a body on him, you pay the consequences.
And Enes Kanter picks up the foul. That's his first foul. And New York making a change here. Bullock's checked in. Robert Williams is checked in for Boston. Now a timeout called by Boston.
Who wants a t-shirt? Make some noise! Slow, eat steak with you know, yeah, home for a while, then back on road. I'm gone, come back, then claim my throne. You mad, you broke, I'm on. We toast, West Coast, we brag, we boast, then travel across the globe. Turn that loud as it goes. Been counting pounds and euros. I can't be playing with these. They bad, I know. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, man, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, man, just watch when I get me some. Go ahead, get you some. Yeah, get you some. Just can't wait till I get me some. Can't match my tribe. I don't know how he stay fly. My God.
Boston making a switch here. Smart's checked in.
And looking at some numbers for Hayward, how he did last season. Last season chipped in 11 points per game, 4 rebounds and 3 assists. And he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
Oh, why, dunk you very much.
He can really fly, and combine that, Greg, with some nice penetration, too, and you've got 2 points. Now here's Randall. He's got 10. Bullock, good.
Just do some damage if they give him that shot. Don't give him a clean look. Get out there on him.
Shoots from the baseline, and it's Brown that time on the assist from Smart.
Assist goes
and that's now 30 points for Jaylen Brown. Bullock with it, Brown on him. And he gets the bucket.
Reggie Bullock. Knicks losing.
Now here's Smart. 6 points for him. And again, Jaylen Brown. Brown's got 32 points.
And with the game he's having, there's no doubt he'll be the guy they lean on to protect the lead.
Bullock, good.
As hot as he's been, it still has to be him who leads the charge and helps turn this game around.
131.
It's Brown with the drive and the dunk by Brown.
The body and agility, rare considering Brown's size. That's why he's always been such an intriguing prospect.
Feeds to Bullock. Lays it up and banks it in. Bullock's got 11 points.
That's a perfect setup. Solid screen, defender can't avoid it. Opens up a clear path to the bucket.
Stolen by Robinson. Barrett with the ball. Now defended by Hayward.
He's been terrific from the field so far this half. I mean, driving his percentage through the roof.
Brown, good.
And Brown is a reliable threat from mid-range. I mean, effortlessly rising up for the nice-looking jet.
Pass to Barrett. Bullock kicks to Smith. Back to Bullock from downtown. And Boston with the rebound. Williams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Hayward trying to get open. And then Brown with the dunk.
Built to run. Brown can beat you down the floor, then finish the play.
Smith in the post, guarded by Smart. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And for a lot of these kids, Greg, it's interesting how quickly teams expect them to get up to speed. Case in point, R.J. Barrett.
Yeah, I mean, he had only the 1 year of college, already being asked to produce. Fortunately, he's very mature for his age and generally plays up to the level of competition.
And he knocks down the first one. And Greg, talking to scouts about R.J. Barrett, they love the athleticism. But what makes him especially good is the work ethic and the confidence.
Yeah, some elite prospects will take plays off. This guy never does. He's not one that sits around and reads his press clippings. He's a warrior, a leader, and he's proven to be a winner.
That one misses. And with a younger generation of fans cutting the cord, Adam Silver has talked about ways, Chris, to make the games, the NBA games, more accessible.
Yeah, and as a guy, Kevin, that played on the West Coast, I know many people aren't happy with this idea, but I say move the games up an hour. Move it to 6 o'clock so that I could watch LeBron on the West Coast when I'm living on the East Coast and be to bed by a normal time. The kids can stay up, but how about the streaming? I mean, you can watch it on your phone. It's so many better and different ways now. I mean, before, if you were traveling, you could never watch a game because you had to be by a TV set stuck into a wall. Now, that's your phone, your pads, and everything else. So I love the game. It's becoming more global because of the expansion and how we've gotten players out there in front of fans. And now, with the access that fans have through some type of mobile device, I just love it. I love it.
Boston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Langford. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got assist number 11 for him here tonight.
Another one for Langford. We talk about his high ceiling primarily at the offensive end.
Here's Trier. He's got 9. Here's Gibson, and it's Gibson finishing it off.
He gives up a lot of size to most other power forwards, but not too many of them can fly like he can.
Langford with it. Picked up by Barrett. And the basket by Langford.
I like watching Langford when he's knocking down and trusting that jumper, proving he has the touch needed to do damage from outside.
There's Trier with the 3. It's rebounded by Tice. Here's Smart. And misses it off the right side of the rim. New York's gone 3 of 7 from three-point range here in quarter number 3.
Boston foul call. Williams. That's his second personal foul.
There's 1:38 left to play here in the third. Trier from long range. That one doesn't go. Now Boston takes it the other way. Here's Langford. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
That's his second.
It's on R.J. Barrett.
At the line.
Like the edge Langford plays with. He enjoys taking on defenders and trying to finish through the contact.
No good on that one.
And I just watched Romeo Langford. And guys, he looks the part in every way. Big, smooth, great change of direction, and he can flat out score.
Catching up on the changes for New York. Marcus Morris is checked in for Reggie Bullock, and Ellington is subbed in for Barrett. So he comes up empty, missing both. Talking about Langford's ability to put up points, he has that popular step-back jumper, Greg, that's so difficult to defend.
Yeah, and you immediately think of James Harden, but a lot of guys use that step back. The one thing Langford does well, he gets to the rim where he can use all that length.
For New York, they have taken 10 shots from the free throw line up to this point and made 6 of them.
And their free throw percentage as a unit last year, 76%, right around the middle of the road.
Two shots.
That's good from Gibson. And both free throws good from Gibson. Boston's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. Here's Smart, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's on Bobby Portis.
Very rare for players to be elite defenders from the moment they set foot in the NBA, but that was the case for Marcus Smart. A tremendous physicality to go with a pit bull disposition has made him downright scary at times at that end of the floor.
That free throw missing. You know, Greg, defense are given for Marcus Smart. The growth necessary for him has been at the offensive end.
And now, finally making progress as a three-point shooter. Had already made strides with his passing. He's becoming quite the two-way player.
That one is no good. And after signing a 4-year, $52 million contract extension, Marcus Smart rewarded the Celtics, Chris, the best season of his young career.
Yeah, his best shooting percentage by far. I mean, add in his continued progress as a playmaker. Don't forget he's the man on the defensive end. I think that's money well spent for Boston.
The Celtics have made 9 free throws in the game, 14 attempts.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the first one drops.
One of those guards who just oozes with potential. Langford has the size and skill set that every team is looking for.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. The Knicks shooting it really well, 54% from the floor. To the wing right side. A 3 from Morris. Takes the bucket. Now he's got 5 field goals, 5 for 8 in the game.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Yeah, and they aren't just chucking up anything. I mean, they're doing a great job of creating quality looks.
Right wing. 26 seconds left to play in the third. Lets it go from deep. And off target that time from Trier.
I mean, he has to work harder to get a good high percentage look. I mean, he's been taking some bad shots out there.
3-pointer Ellington. Rebounded by Smart. Here's Williams from deep 3-point range. Missed. And so it's Boston, leading by a full 31 points at the end of the quarter. They have been excellent at both ends of the floor. The scoreboard showing what a complete performance this has been. Back to the action after this word. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
Oh, yeah, no need for hero ball there. I mean, you just need to make the right basketball play. Outstanding dish that time.
There may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Boston's gotten fewer than half of their three-pointers to go down tonight. They're 4 for 9. And a look at the 5 for the Celtics to start the fourth quarter. Ogilvy is out there with Williams. Then there's Edwards. Then there's Daniel Tice. And it's Langford in at the shooting guard position. Here's Payton after the basket by Boston. Now the pass to Trier. Floor spacing, Chris, now so big in the NBA. And big men have the room to put up some unbelievable numbers.
Oh, man, look at Lopez out there in Bucks land. I mean, look what he's doing in Milwaukee, just shooting threes from deep. To say we got to go to Embiid or Zingers, and we already seen what the great Dirk Nowitzki has done through his career spacing the floor. Look, it adds time on to your career because you don't have to just go down there and bang and be one-dimensional in the paint. It makes your teammates better because now you're spacing the floor, which gives them room to drive. And if you're really working on your game, you can really make your teammates better because now you have more passing lanes because you're further away from the basket. So as any post player knows, it's a blessing to be surrounded by great shooters. And now big men, they got a little more room out there.
Now here's Portis. Payton in the corner. Just 5 on the clock. Good on the bucket. Payton's got his first points of the game.
Look, that's a nice play. You need low post scoring to keep your offense balanced.
Good on the shot.
A lethal attacker. Langford enjoys finding those avenues to the bucket and then just torching the defense.
Now here's Payton. Morris outside. Back to Payton. Banked in off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession. A chance now to check out the Knicks' upcoming schedule. They'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards. And then on Friday, they'll take on John Wall and the Washington Wizards. And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. It's stolen by Edwards. Drops in the breakaway layup.
Pressuring the ball and making a play that created the opportunity.
I mean, it all starts on the defensive end. When you're active and willing to gamble a little bit, the payoff can be big.
Now, here is Morris. Here's Payton, and 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. Chris, the other day, Adam Silver has been talking about how the All-Star game, that system, is not working. He's been proactive in considering alternatives. What do you think?
Well, I love what he's done already. Let's think about the All-Star game in 2019, letting guys pick their players. Like old school on the park, I mean, that adds a little bit of ego, and that's what you want because we want competition. We want guys that like each other, don't like each other, that are playing against each other, that we're in the finals against each other. We want all that competition, all that mental game that goes into it. And so I love the fact that he's outspoken, that he's definitely ahead of the problem. But I think he did a great job by letting players pick their teammates because that already causes a little in-team drama that we'll see play out on the floor with how hard guys are playing.
Dotson's checked in for New York. He hits both from the stripe.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
Edwards, that's good.
Not shot from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Here's Payton. That one goes in. Payton's got 8 here in the quarter.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It's a lazy effort. Let's just be honest. Hoping the shooter misses, that doesn't constitute defense.
Not lacking any confidence down there. Just give Langford the ball and let him do his thing.
On the wing, Ellington. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops.
And as they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
Tice, no good.
He's not an easy man to stop when he's attacking the basket. The D doing everything it can.
Outside Portis. To the paint. And Portis throws it down.
Kevin, and you risk getting dunked on, posterized. I mean, if you let Portis get good positioning, don't be surprised.
And Tice gets it to go.
Assist from Edwards.
Payton with the ball. Chris, what's your definition of most valuable player?
LeBron, Michael Jordan. Okay. Okay, the best player in the league. That's my definition. Who makes players better? Who brings the fans into the game? There's only one type of player that's an MVP, and there's only about 6 guys in a year that can be MVP. But if you're talking about guys that help you, let's say, are best on a contract or getting most bang for their buck, you got to look at guys like a Siakam. You know, he's just making over $2 million this season, still playing on that rookie contract, and those are the guys that are on their way up. So you can always find young talent playing for maybe less than what they should be getting at that time, but the most valuable player continues to be the top 6 players in the league, period.
And it's sent back by Morris.
Just fantastic defense for Morris, getting right in the face of the shooter and coming up with the rejection.
Ellington the pass to Dotson. Payton outside. And the wide open shot from Morris. New York, no good that time either. Now a timeout called by Boston. And Chris, he started last season red hot. But Marcus Morris leveling off a bit as the season wore on.
Yeah, he had a big drop-off in his percentages, Kevin. Not the finish he'd hoped for in a contract year, but still, the last couple of seasons overall, the best numbers of his career.
Celtics making a switch here.
Number 77.
The Celtics have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the fourth. Edwards, it's blocked. Three-pointer. New York, no good that time either. Boston's gotten just 1 of 4 three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. And the basket by Langford.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Edwards passes to Williams. It's over Ellington. Again, the Celtics good for 2.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
New York, no good that time either. And that's a foul. It's called on Wayne Ellington.
Wayne Ellington.
That's his first foul. And with the likely return of prep to pro prospects. Chris, some have argued for a high school combine to help determine who's ready to make the leap and who isn't.
I'm not really there with the high school combine. I still think that, you still have a level of college or a level of professionalism that can happen after. And I don't believe until you're ready to be evaluated for the pros immediately, should you have that combine. Your bodies are still growing. I talked to Jaren Jackson just yesterday, and he told me that he grew 2 inches over last summer. So I think it's a little unfair to judge these guys that early when their bodies and mentality still has a lot of development left.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
And they double up Payton. Pass to Dotson. Back to Portis. 6 to shoot. Here's Bullock. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. He'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
Personal foul.
And their balanced effort at both ends has hushed this crowd.
No, because it's gone dead silent in this arena. What a fantastic performance here on the road.
Taj Gibson's checked in for Bobby Portis. Free throw good, Langford. See, Webb, the NBA always trying to improve every aspect of the game, and that includes officiating.
Yeah, and it should include officiating, one of the most important parts of the game and one of the toughest jobs within the business of basketball. I mean, these guys are making calls on the fly without the advantage of the camera at home that we have watching through the screen, or without the advantage of slow motion technology. So first of all, kudos to the refs that go out and give it their best every day. We have the best refs in any of sports, I believe, and we still need to improve on that. The league recognizes that, and I love the fact that everybody's doing it together.
And here is Payton following Romeo Langford's three from outside the arc. Poirier grabs the miss. Here's Langford. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Langford's got 40 points.
Well, he's been doing it all night. Why not go back to him?
No, exactly. Give it to the guy with the hot hand as long as you can. Let him try to close this out. That's just a product of good pass work. I mean, nice team basketball right there.
Here's Langford after New York gets the three.
It isn't the D that causes that miss. That's just a loss of concentration at times.
And here's Bullock. Here's Gibson. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Ojale, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Celtics, Shemi Ojale. At the line for two.
And the first one at the line is good. I guess I read this the other day, the NBA announcing the development of the BAL, the Basketball African League. They feel there's a lot of untapped potential there. I would tend to agree.
I'm so excited. I already put my name in the hat to go out there and work with and help develop these kids. Oh, yeah, I'm excited. I mean, just think about this. You want to know what type of talent is out there? Let's just start with Akeem. Then we go to Mutombo, Embiid. He's from Cameroon. How about Antetokounmpo, who has Nigerian parents? I mean, we can keep on going. How about Ibaka help find Siakam? Oh, my goodness.
Yes.
There's some talent out there, baby. And yes, I'm excited for the BAL, the Basketball African League. Africa, stand up, baby.
Langford drilled from 11 feet out. Langford's got 42 in the game.
I love the way Langford plays the game. Knows how to be effective when he has the ball.
Dotson can't hit.
When the D forgets about him on the perimeter, they're playing with fire. Lucky they don't get burned here.
And another basket for Boston.
It's just hard to believe that someone can perform at such a high level. They've got to thank him for this lead.
Here's the floater. Yep, that one goes in there.
Showing the quickness right there. Just tough to keep up with it.
Boston's gone 6 of 14 with the three ball tonight. Just a little over 40%.
Now, look, even if he had other places to go with the ball, that's a good shot. You can't blame him for letting that one fly.
And he banks in the layup. Dotson's got 9 points here in the second half. Here's Poirier. They get it back. Here's Williams. That one's not going to go.
Oh, sloppy finish. The D was giving him the layup. He just didn't stay with it.
Payton outside. Chris, regarding the overstated pre-draft concerns about Luka Doncic, even as the game goes international, it seemed like many GMs are scared to go all in on European players.
And rightfully so. It's a new area, and if they're not immersed into the culture, it may be a little more trepidation on that end. But I would just say, just look at the really the great stories, whether you're talking about the Vlade Divas or the Sabos that came into the game, and even
Dirk Nowitzki,
Marshall Dirk Nowitzki, yeah, come on, Porzingis. We got a lot of great players from overseas that have shown us that they can make the way. But the mistake would be is thinking just because someone lives close to him, they would have the game of a Dirk Nowitzki, and that's not true. So you need to do your due diligence, but I think European players have already proved the type of heart, skill set, and mindset that they come to this game with, which is at the top.
Now here's Tatum over Ellington, and Tatum the bucket on the assist by Williams. That's now 22 points for Jason Tatum.
An elite mid-range shooter. That's what he is. Even back in high school, Tatum will always have this in his arsenal.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Celtics.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Romeo Langford.
He was doing everything right, and the points came in bunches. Definitely had the hot hand. And he wasn't about to do anything that would get him in trouble there.
Nope, up and in with a one-hand finish, the most basic possible.
And it's just competing, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for, and when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
The shot's good from Ellington.
Good anticipation on the feed. He knows exactly where to go with that ball.
Here's Tatum, and good that time.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Showing remarkable poise and focus throughout the game, a sustained effort across the board.
And if you ask me what percentage of the time he's making that shot, my answer would be in the single digits.
Yeah, that's not his spot. Plain and simple. He's trying to force something rarely good at.
Now a timeout called by Boston. They're ahead by 47. There's 25 seconds left in the game. What do you think, guys?
And they've got this one just about wrapped up.
Still trying to apply the finishing touches. That's what they'll be talking about.
Of our Jordan player of the game, Romeo Langford.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
These fans have been stunned by his performance. Of all the players they thought might do the most damage against him tonight, his name was not high on that list. And it's Williams with the ball for the Boston Celtics. And a miss there off the inbound. There's 18 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Ellington buries it down low.
Oh, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
Here's Edwards. Releases from the wing and drills it. 9 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Now Portis. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You'd never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And that'll do it, folks. For David Aldridge, Greg Anthony, and Chris Webber, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. See you later.